What's up, guys? So for those who don't know, I've made several videos regarding the AI teammates. The order wheel to be specific. Quick disclaimer, if you only use sync shots and cleared hot, this video is not meant for you. But the rest of us are dealing with issues where the AI teammates wander off after receiving a go or hold command, which results us in losing control over them. So I went out of my way to report this as a bug because I have read that Ubisoft was working on the AI teammate behavior at the time. So what better time than during that one? So on February 2nd, I actually received a response saying, "Hey there, thanks for providing this for us. I'll pass this on to the team for you for further investigation. Cheers." Only to be surprised on April 5th with the end of development for Ghostrecon and the final update that had no AI teammates improvements in their patch notes. So I asked, is this still being looked into for further investigation? Because I downloaded the update today and the issue as shown in the video is still present. They still wander off after a go command and ignore the hold command. So eventually I received another official response from Ubisoft saying, "Hey folks, thank you for your patience while this being looked into. We can confirm that this is working as intended." Wow, as intended. I have to let that one marinate a little bit. Now keep in mind that my bug report wasn't a random piece of text. No, I actually provided them with video, literally showing that it doesn't work properly at all. Check the link in the description to see for yourself, or just continue watching this video, which allows me to go a little bit more in depth. Because I had to limit that one to 1 minute because I had to meet the requirements for the bug report. But all issues were still addressed and showcased in that video. But somehow they still refuse to acknowledge the flawed mechanic and claim that it's working as intended. But for the last time, let's take a look at what they claim is intended. Now all I want them to do is to stack on this wall. But look what happens.
Get to that new position over there.
Cool, we're moving.
2 of them initially approach it, but then proceed to run inside the camp filled with enemies. The 3rd one eventually arrives and actually stays in place. But I've lost complete control over them, because the other 2 are just wandering around. But according to Ubisoft, this is working as intended. And maybe you're thinking, well, you only told them to go, you didn't actually tell them to hold in that spot. Well, I can show you that won't make a difference at all. The exact same thing will happen, but according to Ubisoft, it's working as intended.
Hold.
Copy that. We're holding in place.
You might have noticed that on both occasions, one AI teammate actually stayed at the location I've sent them to. So it makes sense to think, well, okay, if you're not happy with the design of having them spread out in 3 separate locations, just play with one AI teammate so he doesn't have to wander off to separate himself from the other teammates. But no, he will still wander off into the camp filled with enemies, even stare them right in the face, because why not at this point? He just keeps running in circles until he eventually gets spotted, but according to Ubisoft, this is all working as intended.
He's dead.
And if that wasn't bad enough, look what happens after he went on his little adventure and ruined my whole approach. He eventually decides to head for the location that I initially sent him to. And according to Ubisoft, this is all working as intended. The severity of this spreading out issue is so high that even I can't get close to my AI teammates without them wandering off from me, even after a hold command.
Maintain current position.
Look what happens if I only take 1 step towards them. It's like I never even used the hold command. Stepping aside is one thing, and to find cover at another location in a small radius is something you might be able to still defend if you want to play devil's advocate. But how do you explain them running into the camp again, filled with enemy AI, climb onto random objects, which is gonna lock me out the go command with the red circle, which I assume is also working as intended.
On me.
Roger, on our way.
Okay, let's wrap this up. I just used the regroup command. I'm gonna walk inside the stand and tell my AI teammate to hold inside of it, and of course they're gonna wander off.
Stay right where you are.
We'll stay in place.
This is my last video on it because, you know, only because they replied I made another one. I made like 4 of these already, and whatever, man. Whatever. Ubisoft doesn't care anymore. Why should we still care? It's over, you know. Because according to them, say it with me, guys. According to them, it is working as intended.